So the main way that we're going to be traveling is on this little makeshift boat. You can see the boot on this boat is actually the boot from a car. And so that's where we're going to be able to store things, as well as in Aesop's little pack as well. And when you're out on the water like this, you're treated to that wonderful soundtrack that I was talking about. You're going to hear some of that in the background. Cure what ails. Cure what ails. By hitting X, you can kind of lean on the tiller a little bit, row a little bit harder. This white water here is just that. It's very fast moving, very hard to control the boat. But it's consistent. Now, the boat takes damage. If you hit stuff, you're going to fall off, and you're also going to injure yourself fairly badly. So I'm going to try very hard not to do that. But we're mainly looking for some place to land. And when we're able to make landfall, then we'll be able to grab some loot and craft some new items. And I'll show you guys the crafting system here as well. Let's see if we can get over to the left here. There we go. Watch out for this rock. Whoa. Okay. Now here's some of these landing sites that are coming up. The first one is a campsite, and it's just 100 meters over to my right. So let's see if we can make it. Just got it. Welcome to Hogsback Glen. Here we go. So the game's in very early beta. It was actually just released to Kickstarter backers. There are about 7,000 Kickstarter backers. They got about, $251,000 for Kickstarter. For a team of 6, that's helping them get quite a long way. And they released on time. So they were due to get this beta out in July, and by gum, they did it. Hey, look at this, a fireplace. Craft a dry tinder. I've got to do that first. Take our backpack off. What do we got here? This is the crafting menu. So we're going to make some materials here, one of which is braided cord, which we're going to use a little bit later if we're lucky. Use that to make traps. But right now I need a tool, tinder, and I'm using some of the cattails that I gathered to make that tinder. Move in the chat window. We do have a chat open on YouTube, so if you guys have any questions or concerns or just want me to acknowledge you as a senpai should, let me know. I'm keeping one eye in the chat window on YouTube as well. That's what I need to start that fire. Those are some very impressive houses for fish, says one of our commenters. And no, those are houses for people. We're enduring quite a flood right now, so everything that you're seeing out of these camping areas is a flooded world that we're trying to survive in. Let's see here. I need some more water. So we're going to boil off some water, turn suspicious water into clean water. Do it twice. All right, we're out. Toss our pack back on. And you're going to see some rabbits over here as well. I've been trying most of the morning to catch some of these rabbits, but I'm missing one particular tool, and that's a stone knife. So my goal this afternoon is to finally find that stone knife. Maybe I can catch some of those rabbits and go from here. I would like to play it in Spanish as well. I'm sure that they're going to be doing some localization. I'm not sure that they're going to do a Spanish, but I wouldn't be too surprised. The team's really open to taking help from the community as well. So if you're interested in helping with the localization, shoot them a note. I'm sure they'd be interested in getting that help. Oh, look at this. An abandoned house. This fire here was already burning. And that leads me to believe that there's other people out here in the environment. I haven't met any of them yet. So if there are other NPCs in the game so far, again, it's not finished. Far from it. I have yet to meet them yet. And we'll see maybe if we meet one or two of them on our trip today. So, back to the river we go. Hold that, will you? Thank you. Do I feel a deep connection with the dog yet? I kind of do. The dog is really well animated, and the dog has actually helped me out of a few tough spots. This is a bad idea. Oh, I crashed just as I docked. I bet that did a little damage. It certainly got me wet. But the dog is really, really adorable, really nice, really helpful, and kind of the way he's animated. When you fall off the boat, he kind of reaches out and lends you a helping paw to get out of the drink. It's really, really nice how they've really integrated him to be part of the team that you are here. Ooh, okay. So this is a problem. This over here, this is a wolf. I do not want anything to do with this wolf. The best you can hope to do at this early stage of the game is to scare the wolf off by waving your staff around. So even though I am wet, I'm not going to risk lighting that fire and pissing. Oh, there's another fire. Excellent. I'm going to light this one so I don't have to mess with the wolf. I've been torn apart by more than a couple of those wolves. Alright, I need more tinder. Excellent. Crafting failed. Clear some space in inventory. So this is kind of clever. You're able to move items off into Aesop's bag, or off into the raft, as it were. So that really gives you a lot more inventory space at the start than I've ever had in some... Oh, look, I got a hat here. Than I've had in some other survival games. So I like that straight away. You can also grab pouches and kind of like Molly style, add them to your bag and give you more room. Is camouflage a part of the game play? Asks Mitchell. Sneaking around threats or prey would be interesting. I don't know yet. I haven't got quite that far. I have not been able to sneak past the dog yet. Uh-oh. The wolf. And looks now like I have a big problem. I need to get out of here. The wolf will follow you right out onto this dock, too. So, yeah, it's a bad scene. Overstayed my welcome. Did not get dry. And now I got one left in the rapids. Oh dear. Get me out of here. Let's see if I can try and land at this other spot here. Urgh. Get over there. I think it's behind me now. Rats. Well, it's nighttime on the river. And there's some evil red eyes off in the distance. The camera does some interesting little tricks, too, to kind of spoil your line of sight. There'll be some really challenging parts, really narrow parts of the rapids, and it'll swing the camera over just a little bit. Ow! It'll swing the camera over just a little bit to hide your raft from your line of sight, which makes it a real pain to try and navigate some of the more narrow areas, but it's not doing it to me here, so that's good. Bunch of different sites up ahead. I haven't landed at a farm yet. I'd really like to get to that farm, but we're going to hit this campsite first and dry off, and I see a bus there. I'll probably sleep the night. Nice warm bed would be welcome at this point. Will there be multiplayer? I'm not entirely sure. That would be something to check at their website. I'm sure a quick Google, you guys will be able to get over there. It's not something that I've talked about with them, and I don't know if that's a feature that they're going to have right out of the bat or at all. So, can't speak to that. All right, let's get dry. Need more tinder. Whoops. There we go. Now, if you remember with Don't Starve, which, that added multiplayer way late in the development process. At the very least, with this game, if they were going to add it, you'd both have to get on the raft together. I'm not sure it would work real well if you were kind of traveling down the river separately, but I don't know. I'm not the developer. Alright. Let's start this fire. Scout looks none too happy at this point. Maybe this fire will cheer up a bit. Also going to down a little water. Crafting failed. Oh, I don't want to craft one too soon. There we go. And that's going to raise my thirst level by 40, which is pretty good. Let's go ahead and eat some jerky as well while we're here. I want to play this game right now, says Miles Chu. Um, don't know when it's going to be available, but it will be coming to Steam Early Access before long. I don't know if it's going to be a couple of months or what, but right now it's just in the hands of some select press and also all of those 7,000 or more backers that help back the game. So I don't know if this is the kind of interesting early gameplay that you're into. Definitely time to start looking around Kickstarter. I think there's a lot of opportunities to get involved in games early on there, if you're willing to take that risk. Here's some of these crows. Haven't figured out quite what to do with those crows. Here we go. I need a nap. We're going to sleep for 8 hours. And that should put us in a better mood. Get on in there, ASAP. Any news on a release date, even broadly? Don't have news that I'm able to speak to, but they're on track, it seems, from what I've heard from them. They released this beta on time, so that's really a good sign. Hey, no problem, Miles. What do we got here? We got some aloe. Inventory is full. Let's move some things around. So moving inventory around, you're vulnerable. And that's something that I definitely like in a survival game. Anything that makes you make more decisions, anything that heightens the tension a little bit is a good part of a survival game, I think. But then again, it doesn't really obstruct your peripheral vision while you're doing this either. You can see if somebody's sneaking up on you, the way they've laid out the menus. So very thoughtful there. Draft. I'm going to hang on to this water. Okay, I want that aloe, though. And the way that the crafting is implemented as well is really straightforward and organic. This is not Scout's first time at the rodeo. She kind of knows what she's doing. And just as you gather up supplies, she offers up, oh, well, I know how to do this with those supplies. And so there's a number of different traps you can make. Definitely going to be eating some grubs. And Scout just knows how to make them. Once you get all the right supplies in hand. Right, this looks suspiciously like the last campsite I was at. So let's jet out of here and see if we can go find that farm. I want to say the farm was to the left downriver. Grab these dandelions real quick. Another neat thing that you can do that I thought was pretty clever is you can actually craft medicines. One of the medicines you can make early on, and I'll probably make that the next stop, is dandelion tea. And that's good if you get a little food poisoning. So a number of different maladies that you can come across. There's that farm. I want that farm. A number of different maladies you can get. I've broken a leg. I've had some lacerations. No, over here. No. Ah, jeez. Maybe I can cut it back this way. Yes! Didn't know you could go backwards. That's helpful. Alright. Pig's Eye Port. And happier for it. The main character does not speak in my experience. No. Thoughtful Badger asks that on YouTube. Perfectly quiet. As not to spoil the wonderful rusticness of the game here. I'm actually going to turn that audio up just a little bit again. Because I think we're to a quieter part. Maybe leave the sound effects down. There we go. Alright, let's make some more tinder. It's under tools. Definitely nice to have a couple of hotkeys here. Here's space inventory. It'd be nice to have a little hot key here to just, boom, make tinder. Can your raft be destroyed? Yes, and that is the end of your game. If you crash the raft badly enough, more than likely you're going to kill yourself first, but without the raft, you're not going anywhere. Alright, here we go. Tinder. Oh, wait a minute. What do I need to cook? I don't need to cook anything, so just leave the fire be for now. There's another one of those wolves. Darn it. Alright, we're out of here. I would show you what it's like to get messed up with mixed up with that wolf, but I really don't want to die. It does not take very long at all. So if you're lucky, you'll see it, but not of my choosing. All right. Let's see what this little tributary has to offer. The beta released with some partial tracks from the soundtrack, and it'll play them, like I said, while you're traveling on the river. It's deciding not to for some reason today, but I can't wait for you guys to hear them. Here's some of the lighting effects. Look at this storm. Look at that. The first time that happened, I actually jumped. They really nailed it with the lighting effects. All right, I'm wet somehow from the rain. Okay. Ooh, a fishing hut. All right, let's go visit that. See if we can get there. Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. All right, live bait. Here we go. Jerry Ironica says, on the other hand, the dog has a deeply developed vocabulary. Yeah, he's definitely speaking more than the main character is. All right, don't need any cattails. What's this? Sumac. Sumac is good eating, folks. What do we got up here? All right, we're going to get out of the rain is what we're going to do. Take all. Ooh, I got fishing line. That's handy. Can't light a fire in the rain, unfortunately. So let's clear a little inventory space and then see if there's some place to put our head down. I'm going to eat something here. Let's have some grubs. Oh, they're terribly helpful. 20 health from grubs. All right, well, I'll hang on to this last one. 2 ace. Hold on to that for me, boy. All right, so we've got fishing line. This is cool. All I need is a fish hook. I might be able to capture a little food here. Grab another cattail on the way out. Oh, that's it? All right. Well, fishing line is definitely not something I've seen at other places I've stopped, so glad I came here, but not a lot of real estate. Alright, let's go over. Well, this is a decision. There's 2 spots to my right, but this one over here is closer, and I also know that I should be able to sleep there, so that's what we're going to do. Kingsville Gulch. The worst thing that could happen is I find a wolf guarding this church. That would just be really rotten. Corn. All right. Corn's some good eating. Take this up. Grab the corn. This place. Ooh, that's a crow. That's a wolf. Crud. I really need to get out of the rain, so I am going to risk it. He's occupied eating some rabbits. Here we go. All right. I'll grab some booze in the morning. All right, we're going to sleep. Another nice 8 hours. Ice Cream Jones says this is aesthetically really fantastic. Yeah, I gotta agree. It looks beautiful. It's just so very coherent. Uh-oh. Dying of dehydration. That's bad. Give me a minute here. Didn't notice that I was so thirsty. Let's consume that water. And, get out of here. Nope. Let me be. No. Not like this. Come on, Aesop. Help me out here. Gotta get back on the raft. Alright, I'm really messed up. I don't know that I have anything to heal myself. Ugh. What can I make here? Remedies. I can make a splint, or I can make tea. That's all I've got in me. Now, this is going to be a really tough journey. Alright, I've got 3 lacerations. I'm hungry, and I'm cold. So far, though, I'm able to control the ship reasonably well. So, I wonder if I can... No. Too far gone. Alright, I'm going to try and stay to the easy waters, the darker waters here. It's going to take me away from possible landing sites and resources, but I don't want to risk crashing the boat at this point, like I'm about to do. And again, X lets you kind of goose the throttle here a little bit, but it takes a lot of experience to really cut a decent line here. Alright, just let this be an easy landing site here, this rocky bluff. And I need some bandages bad. A bed wouldn't be the worst thing either. Just no more wolves, please. Here we go. Can't get inside. Assorted hardware. Alright, what do we got for water around here? Flint and garlic. What I need is a water barrel. I found a lot of water in barrels. Yucca. Will yucca cure my thirst? Maybe. Let's check that out. Sumac. Corn. Suspicious water. A fireplace would be fine, too. Did anybody see a fireplace over here? I am dying of starvation. Okay. We need some worms, kids. No longer starving. Alright, where is there a fireplace? Come on. Oh, water barrel. Alright, good. So now I've got 2 waters. That should get me up about 80 if I can find a fireplace. I'm not being very methodical here with my searches. I feel like I'm backtracking and wasting time, which is not the best thing. If I get much worse off here, I'm going to have to just drink the sketchy water. Hypothermia. Ugh. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, this is the saddest thing. So Scout begins to just crawl when she has more than one affliction. Maybe I can help her along here. Right, we're drinking the sketchy water. Oh, that doesn't really help. Lacerated. Freezing cold. Dying. Here goes Scout. Try IDDQD, says Yanka. I don't think that's going to work. You never know, though. IDDQD. Nope. Did not work. Oh, this is pitiful. So long, friend. Survived 3 days, traveled 4 kilometers. That's the furthest I've been. Well, here's the thing, though. Aesop hangs on to some of your inventory after you die. So at least some of the stuff that I gave to him, maybe all of it, is going to be included in his little knapsack. I probably should have moved a couple things over while I had the chance. So probably avoid the crows, says Nolnev. What are you talking about there? How do you mean avoid the crows? game I could see myself playing, says Opsai. Yeah, to me, it feels just a lot more approachable than something like Don't Starve. I've shown a lot of folks Don't Starve, and they're like, okay, you're on this like island, and it looks very grim and very thematic. I don't know what that is necessarily, so what do you do now? Right away, the Flame in the Flood gives you an objective. It's telling you to go somewhere, and you're going to find the source of this transmission. So, I don't know where this backpack came from or what that logo is, but we need to find a stronger signal, so let's go do it. And it begins you again at the beginning, right here at this camp where you started originally, and you try and do it all over again, hence the roguelike nature of the game. And a lot of the very, almost identical, I think, loot in this opening area. It would be interesting. The crows seem to make noise, the red lines that could draw the attention of wolves. Ah, that's a very interesting observation. That's, okay. So maybe the crows are behaving more like carrion birds here. When they see you not doing well, they're being attracted and making noise. Maybe that brings some more wolves in there. I didn't think of that. I do know they are going to be adding more different animals to the game, as well as some more NPCs to the game. And I'm not... Oh, here we go. Here's some of that music I was talking about. Rolling on the train. Yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on the soundtrack to this as soon as possible. I do know that they do plan to release it as a full album, and I could do some serious writing to this soundtrack if I had this going all day. Traditionally, I write to the Minecraft soundtrack. That's kind of my zen music, and I throw some other stuff in there, but that's like my happy place. This could be a nice new happy place for me. A lot of roguelikes have a goal of reaching a certain depth to retrieve some treasure, says somebody in chat. It's very true. I'm going to stop reading chat while I'm floating on the river. See, little bits of my boat are floating away. You can grab scrap wood and other items, I believe, to fix your boat. One of the things they mentioned on the Kickstarter that they're going to build into the game is boat customization. So you'll be able to make your boat very personal to you and to match your playstyle or to match what you want your boat to look like. Very interested in seeing how that pans out. We're going to go right this time. I went left last time. We're going to try right. All of this is procedurally generated. Once you leave that starting area, all of this is procedurally generated by the game, so it's different every time. All right, here we go. I keep seeing all these bottles, these crates of bottles. Water everywhere, not a drop to drink, it seems. There's a knit hat. All right, let's pop that on. The music makes me want to start listening to Seven Nation Army. I'm not familiar with that group. I'm going to have to check them out now that you mention it, though. Because whatever this is, I want more of it. Here we go. There we go. Let's make some clean water and then be on our way. Definitely don't want to dawdle. All of these status indicators are on timers. So if you just kind of sit there for a while, you're going to get more hungry, more thirsty. The game never really pauses, like any good roguelike. It's always in motion. I think I need that one. Anything in this shack? Come on, big money. No whammies. Alright, back to the boat. This is something like The Long Dark, says Mini-Me. I don't know. The Long Dark isn't really giving up much of its story so far. And this one almost seems a little more narrative, even if it's in its early state. But I'm sure the folks at The Long Dark will have more to share soon on that storyline. Chuck Reagan, thank you. That's the musician that does a lot of this. So R-A-G-A-N. So go ahead and look that fella up. I think I'm going to be picking up some of his music after this. Here we are. More rabbits. Oh, I want that knife so bad because I want to catch and eat a rabbit. And that's a wolf. All right, wolf, get distracted by the rabbits. Come on. No? Thanks, Aesop. Run a little interference. Just made it. Here's some gigantic cars that have been flooded out. Pie Ninja Production says, hello, your stream is awesome. Thank you, Pie Ninja. We do them somewhat irregularly, but hopefully we'll be doing more of them in the future. We do have a wonderful YouTube channel here with lots of produced stuff. Have you heard of Monster Factory? One of my favorites. That's a series of videos where the McElroy brothers... Ooh, loot. You can kind of grab loot on the fly, so long as you don't crash. Alright, so I've broken a bone. That's bad. You do start the game with one splint, though, so I'll be able to patch that up pretty soon. Let's see if I can... Nope, not going to go for it. Oh! See what I'm saying about the trees getting in your way? Very devilish. Alright, let's get in this farmhouse, please. Sorry, Pie Ninja, I can't help you further with any existential questions. You're going to have to try a different stream for that. What is life? Asks Pie Ninja. I don't know. Is it a hologram? Monster Factory was the closest I came to being myself since I was 7. Same. Definitely same, Chuck. But I actually do, I don't really have a name for the series, but I do a lot of developer talks. I'll talk with developers while we're playing their game. Just a little heads up, I've got one with the developers of Ark coming up. I've got that in a can. I got to do a little editing with that. But keep your ears open. Hopefully later this week, we'll have a talk with the developers of Ark up on our YouTube channel. Yeah, the day-night cycle, Miles Tube, is really quick. I just cured a broken bone. Bam! Like that, no problem. Ah, okay, so this is another funny one. You can make penicillin in this game. So you'll find like a moldy lump, and somehow you'll be able to turn a moldy lump into penicillin. I've done it before. I'll do it again. I've not had to actually use the penicillin, but that's one of the things you can craft. I thought that was pretty funny. Ooh! I forgot to even check. What's on Aesop? Nothing. Fat lot of good that did me. Alright, let's hop in here since it's night and raining. Is this a game we can play or a weird commercial demo? No. This is not a game that's currently available right now, but it will be available soonish. Can't say exactly when, but right now... a lot of the folks that backed the game, some 7,000 people, are playing the game right now, and so are we. Alright, let's move this to the raft. Gonna eat a grub. Save some for later. I'd like to move this entire stack. Instead, I just have to hit the button a bunch of times. I'm sure there'll be an option for that. Use the bus as your boat. Far more durable. I don't know. Maybe that's something I could do once they finish building out the raft customization. That'd be pretty slick. I do want this corn, though. All right. Onward. Do 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 do. Ooh, wild garlic. Oh, what is this? Look at all the spider webs. That's not ominous at all. Let's search the farmhouse. Empty. Rats. Devil's Trumpet. Actually, Devil's Trumpet is a poison. So you can make a poison. Spoiled meat. I can make ash cake. What the hell is an ash cake? Let's find out. Is it heavy clothing? No. Why would it be? Materials. Braided cord? Nope. Remedy? No. Consumable. Ash cake. A dry cake made from corn. Edible. So let's make it. Need more ingredients. Alright. Need more corn. Cool. Old lumber and corn. Done. We're going to make some ash cake. Sounds like smash cake when I say it. 3, 2. Ingredients. 3 of 2. Maybe I need to make it in a fire. Maybe that's... Investigate. Tire swing. I would love to see her swing on this tire swing right now. Can we please do that? Just a little respite from the doldrums. Traveling down the river trying to survive. That would be that would be very pleasant. Did Aesop just teleport? Is that what I saw? Or is he trying to point something out to me? What have you found, boy? What's over here? Anything? Oh, he's pointing. Alright, yo, I know there's rabbits, man. I know there's rabbits, but I can't catch any of them. I need to find that knife. Alright. Well, let's see if we can make this ash cake with a fire. Otherwise, we're just going to eat something and get back on the road. There we go. No. Clear space in your inventory. I can do that. I'm going to eat this turkey. Yes, that's correct, Jeffrey. Microsoft Windows. The game's coming to Windows, Mac, as well as Xbox One. No word yet on if it's going to be part of the Xbox Early Access program, but it will be part of the Steam Early Access program. I can say that with great confidence. All right, away we go. I think we're going to run into night again soon here. Thanks, Aesop. And let's just hope it doesn't rain on us. Here we go. Some of that slap guitar in the background. Alright. Need to unload some stuff. What can I do with this spoiled meat, I wonder? Can cause intestinal parasites. Ew. Right, let's move that to the raft. And again, this old lumber, useful for patching up the old raft. Maybe I need a tool to be able to do that? I haven't been able to figure it out. Let's boil off this water a little bit. Craft dry tinder. Thank you, cattail. Will there be animals other than wolves and rabbits? Yes, for sure. Not quite sure what those are going to be yet. Oh, I need to craft the tinder first. There we go. Kind of reminds me of the music in the Neverhood, but less messed up. You know what it reminded me of? Was the music in Rebel Galaxy, actually. I think that was kind of the closest approximation. Two games in very close proximity that have that, you know, that southern vibe to them. And again, this game also set in the American South. Rebel Galaxy is set in space. You're going to get No Man's Sky when it comes out, Andy? Yes. Without a shadow of the doubt. I'm very much looking forward to that. If they're Bioshock devs, they might have used something of Elizabeth's AI for the dog. I don't know. I don't know how much of that code survived that game, frankly. I doubt it would apply too much here. I don't really know. Can't say it. Hey, light boots. All right. I think I have light boots already. All right, so there's dandelion tea. We discovered that. Mulberries. I've got a couple of those. It's food. Raft. But if you read the description here, it's pretty funny. You can eat the mulberries, but they will give you the scoots, it says, which I thought was kind of fun. I don't know. I have a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. I think the scoots are funny sometimes. And here comes night. Perfect. We're right by his shelter. Sumac is some good eating. I'll grab some of that. And what do we got back here? Yucca. Also very good eating. Surely Aesop has more use than simply barking and pointing. Yeah, not so far that I've seen. Like I said, when I fall off the raft, he certainly helps me get back on, but that's more of an animation than a skill. All right, here we go. I want to get back in the river just so I can hear some more of that music. Let's do it. Got about another 30 minutes or so left in the stream, so if you're just joining us, thanks for coming by. We're playing The Flame in the Flood, which is from a little team called The Molasses Flood. And this is actually a team composed of former Irrational Games devs, some devs that worked on Halo, as well as devs that worked on both Rock Band and Guitar Hero. So these guys know what they're doing. They've just never quite done something like this. It's a roguelike set in the American South after some kind of cataclysm. And it looks, I think you'll agree, it looks amazing. Stitching kit. Okay, cool. Whoop. That is a wolf. And I am out of here. Rats. Almost had that stitching kit. I need to travel with nothing in my bag when I get off this pier. I think that's my new habit. Whoa! Really thought I was going to hit that there. Oh, this is a bad scene. Do not want to hit that. Okay, good. We're going left again. I've seen drawn left, even though it kind of limits my options. I should probably stay right. We're coming up on another farm and another fishing hut. Let's try the fishing hut. Maybe we can come across some hooks as well as some fishing line this time. Be interesting to see what it's like to fish. Haven't done it yet. And there we are. Boom. Minnie says, what the fuck, giant rat. No, that was a wolf. That was definitely a wolf. Looks like a rat. He's probably as hungry as I am. That's why. Raft. What am I doing on hunger? Alright, I'm going to eat this. What can I do with this pelt? What is this? Buckskin. Warm and tough, good for making clothes. Or you can eat it, you. I want to do that. Draft. There's that lightning again. Excellent. Not so much interested in the plants right now. I want some fishing hooks. Nope, just night crawlers. Man! That was a bummer. Well, I got some water out of the deal. And again, also, if you're just joining us, The Flame and the Flood is the name of the game. And it was Kickstarter backed, and it was just released to some press, but all the backers just received an early beta of the game as well as us. So that's what we're playing right now. Far from finished, as you can see, beta version 003. Nowhere close to 1. But what we've got here is really tight, really well polished. It feels like a complete experience, what they've released so far. But there's a lot of story missing. There's a lot of loot missing, a lot of NPCs missing, a lot of other animals and environmentals. Entire biomes. Boom! Fishhook. All right. That's another thing I haven't mentioned. There are whole other biomes that you're going to get to visit when the game is finally finished. More arid biomes, some urban biomes, or suburban biomes, as it were. So the game environment is going to change and look very different from this as the game progresses and as your character progresses down the river. So really a lot to look forward to as the development progresses on this one. I don't know if you saw there lurking in the shadows, that was another wolf, so I'm out of here. And I'm lost. That's not good. Not sure if the wolf saw me, but I want to get back on my boat. Is this a bus? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drink some water. And then I'm going to risk it. Can't let me rain. I'm going to risk sleeping here. Because the wolf is occupied. Alright, cool. I'm just going to sneak into this bus. Hopefully when we get up, the wolf is gone. Please have moved? Yes! Wolf moved. Hopefully he's not between me and the boat, because that would be bad. Tools, tinder, crafting fail. Oops. Yep. I had a problem. We got caught up on the landscape and on cut loose. Excellent. Well done, team. Alright, so we need some more tinder, we need a fire, and we need some water. So let's try and make land as soon as we can here. 59 meters? I just came from there. So, 180 meters. That's not so bad. See her lolling her head there on the back of the boat. She's dehydrated. She's not doing good. We are currently dying. Ugh. Look at this. Aesop pulls me to shore when I'm dying. Thank you, Aesop. See? He's good for something. We are going to drink. No. No! Oh. I was in my inventory ready to drink when he died. That is the pits. Alright, we're going to give it one more shot here with our last 20 minutes or so of the stream. Got pretty far that time, but we did not make it to the end. I'm told right now that the game is about 14 kilometers long, but that's really just a fraction of the game that's going to be finished when they're all done with it. So any other questions you guys have about the game so far as we're coming into the last stretch here of the live stream, go ahead and let me know what they are, and I'll see what I can say about them. Any new game soon, Polygon? Not sure what you mean, Mini-Me. Perhaps you could be more specific. We're talking about new games all the time. Hello, Dorian. Good to see you. How are you going to play when you get No Man's Sky? Andy, you're dead set on talking about No Man's Sky. I don't know. I think I'm just going to explore. Name all the things. Probably try and meet up with a friend or two if I can, but I don't know. Maybe that will be so rare, given the scale of the game, it'll be hard to do. But I don't know. I just want a cool ship. I want a cool ship in No Man's Sky. That's what I want out of life right now. I really expected them to announce a release date at E3. I was a little disappointed that they didn't. Yes, bro. Bro Siznax asks, is this single player? Right now, at least, it is. And I'm not aware of plans to make it multiplayer. Can you be attacked while in a shelter? I don't believe you can. Hasn't happened to me yet. So any co-op in the flood again? Not that I'm aware of right now. No problem, Brosis next. Alright, let's do this a little differently this time. Instead of stopping at every old thing, we've got some water, we've got some food, we've got a splint. Let's just see how far we can get before we need to take on water and take on food. Let's just go. Let's go where the river takes us, everybody. And little messages are painted on these homes as you heal what ails. And I wouldn't be surprised to see more messages painted onto the houses as you pass along them. As the game gets built out, maybe even leading into those other biomes and leading into story elements. Great way to deliver story, just with these SOS messages painted on these ramshackle buildings out in the surf. Yep. This is going to be, yep, this is pretty tricky. Looks like the only fun part of Oregon Trail here. You know, that's not too far off. We are constantly fording the river, aren't we? I don't know if you guys are aware, but I want to say that it's coming up on the 30th anniversary of the Apple II version of Oregon Trail. Can you believe that? 30 years since the Oregon Trail's been out. Even longer than that, though, since it's been invented. It was, I want to say it was more than 40 years ago since it was originally conceived and built as computer programmers. Older than you might think, that game. And so influential on games in general, especially for an educational game. We are flying now. I got the hang of this rafting thing. It's nice that you can kind of take breaks away from the white water, almost at will if you are steering correctly and paying attention. And just kind of give yourself a little rest. You can go skim a little loot as well if you come across it. Here we go. A nice big view. That was a forking path there, and I chose the right one to take me around this little island. Here's a little loot. Snag that. I grabbed a jar. Never had a jar before. I wonder what that does. Oh, hold together, baby. There we go. Look out for jaws, says Mitchell. Well, if this was Illinois, there would be Asian carp pelting me about the forehead as I went down the river. But, yeah, no, nothing carnivorous so far on the water. Another farm. 3 kilometers we've traveled. 5 kilometers, I think, is the furthest I've been. No rain yet, so just keep on going. Barely even halfway through my water and my food. There's that beautiful lightning again. Looks like Aesop has his own light source on the boat there, too. Looks to be enjoying himself, for what it's worth. And again, I'm playing with a controller. There's also controls for keyboard and mouse, so you can have your way with it as you're best able to control it. I really do like the controller. The analog stick is really helpful for some of these tricky bits. Alright, so I'm thirsty and I'm wet. I'm stopping here. It was a very quiet ride. What music could always be careful. Alright, no wolves, and I just want a shelter, please. That's not a shelter. That's loot. Rats. Empty. I can't light a fire because it's raining out. There we go. You're going to get cool and rested. Wake up. Wake up. There we go. Shelter is what that bus says. Just grabbing a few things on my way out. See if there's any more water here. Anything in here? No, grabbed that already. There's some water. Alright, we're going to boil up some water. And then we'll get back on the road. Maybe we'll eat some cattails or something. Or dip into my jerky stockpile. Craft some timber. That's correct, Jeffrey. I'm not playing with a controller, Xbox controller, 360 controller on the PC. And to my knowledge, that's the only format it's available in. Right now, it's not yet on the Mac or Xbox. But it will be there eventually, the devs tell me. Doc Strangelove asks, are your recipes persistent, or just the items that you give the dog? Recipes are not persistent, no. So you must relearn everything. But really, as you gather equipment and supplies, Scout just informs you what she can make. So it's not really like you're discovering stuff. Just find the resources and you can make whatever. So... slam a couple of these waters here. Do the crows alert the wolves? Maybe. I've never really seen a wolf appear other than kind of out of the fog of war, if you will, right? I've just kind of stumbled upon the wolf. The wolf's never really stumbled upon me, so I don't know. Back to the water. Why are her eyes red in the portrait below? I believe the key art that we were using is from the game's Kickstarter. So the thumbnail that we created. And more than likely it's just reflecting from the fire, but it's also very early art. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Games will change slightly in style as they're developed. If anybody remembers Kentucky Route Zero, it looks very different from what was eventually released. Oop, missed the loot. Rats. You guys are distracting me from the rafting here. Four kilometers. Coming up on the furthest I've ever been away from the Shire. As soon as I cross 5 kilometers. Whoa, that's a tight one. Here's a little loot. How to grab loot and not die. I don't think we're going to risk it. Full stomach. Little rain coming down making me wet. I'm over it. I'm going to keep pressing on. Now if we get hypothermia going on here. Oh, crap. And I broke a bone. The back of obstacles seems to be a little more forgiving, I've found, but that one wasn't. I'm going to bump right into it with the back of the boat. So, got a broken bone. we are wet, and the boat is half wrecked. So probably not a bad boat, and the boat is almost completely wrecked. Oh no! So sad. Aesop, all alone on the boat. Survived 2 days. Record is 5 days. New distance record. I did it. 5.4 kilometers. So, all right. That is the end of our live stream today. Thanks for joining us. Again, this is a game from the Molasses Flood. It's called The Flame in the Flood. And I appreciate you spending the time with us this afternoon, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks, everyone.